What is internal Kung Fu? For all those who want to know the science, when we think of internal Kung Fu, it's the opposite of external. External is what we do outside physically with muscles and tendons. Internal is just that. It's an internal state of mind. External, outside, internal. So when I'm saying internal, cognitively, how you think, having dual mental control. So that's one thing you have to learn how to do. The second thing, you have to learn how to decouple your joints. So that's what the Sulam Tao is teaching you, to not disturb the body and have total joint control. That's decoupling the body. Back to the first half, you have to decouple the mind. So in a simple situation where you throw a slow punch, my brain just have to perfectly do this. And also when I switch seamlessly with this tan, this is a whole nother technique. That's two things that just happened that have to be perfect. This has to be perfect. This technique has to be perfect for it to be seamless. So you throw a punch at me, see, that's a seamless transition. So that's why the internal side of Wing Chun is the internal state.
So so when you throw a punch, so tense, this is relaxed, right? Mm-hmm. And then this take back the tension to this here, and this become relaxed.
Yes, you keep the tension there.
Yeah, and this become relaxed.
Yes, so that's when you're able to do all the other things.
Like.
So you lock my mind there.
Mm-hmm. And
you should be able to move around.
Yeah, move around. So I can decide that I'm going to lock your mind here now.
Yes. And then
I'm going to move with this one. This one is, so here is tense, this one is soft.
Now you're tense there.
Tense here.
So that's state switching between hard. 1 minute he feel me hard, and now I'm soft.
Yeah.
Your brain can't keep up with that state switching. So if you touch me and I'm hard, then all of a sudden I go soft. See the confusion?
Disrupt.
Your brain buffers it doesn't know what to happen. Now, because of the fact that I'm bilateral, I'm unlocked mentally. So instead of this single stream that you have to deal with, when I come at you now with two problems,
at the same
two
time.
Separate problems.
Yep.
See, a lock here
and
a lock here,
yeah.
and a soft here, and a lock here, and a lock here. This is dual cognitive control. You can't keep up with that if I come at you.
Yeah.
See, I'm doing two different. So I had to focus on this lock here as I'm attacking over here, change this into a lock, into a full lock. So you have to have both of those under control, the joint freedom to manipulate. So when we always talk about what's hard and what's soft, what that is, again, a hard state into a soft state. So when I do that microly and I adjust faster than I can consciously think, you can't keep up with it. Because as soon as you touch me, your nervous system thinks hard, and I take it away. So it's like the wave come in and the sand dissipates. That's what I do to you. So this is how I'm able to manipulate you like this, because you can't get away. Because I'm always, look, take your balance. I got your feet. Your feet pin, you try to lift it up, it's tough. Now I can walk over here and do whatever I want because I have you pinned over here. This is what it means to be decoupled. Till I let you out.
Most people, 99% of people, when they fight, they come and they expect the same energy. So they both can.
And then I take that away.
When you switch it, I can't keep up.
You can't keep up.
My brain is not trained to that.
Right.
So, okay.
You have to be specially trained for that. Like the whole time, year, whatever that you've been learning, it's not easy. It takes time, and you have to touch my hands to do it all the time. So when these charlatans are trying to tell you that you can learn the internal stuff online, or you can take a week seminar, that's not going to work. It's not going to work at all, because you are training, you're rewiring your nervous system to do something that is not naturally in a way that it does. So you can't learn that in a week. You can't fly across the country and think that you're going to learn it in 7 days and then study it online and continue. Nonsense. Good. See, you unlocked yourself today.
No, because these explanations are key. That's the thing when you never teach you in any dojo, anywhere, because this is it's basically a science that somebody needs to take from his brain to your brain.
Yes, I have to download it into you one-on-one.
You can't get it anyplace else. That's why I said this is important. This is key. Magic. You can learn the technique if you don't add the component.
See, you can do dual hand work, but if you are not specifically, intentionally trying to strengthen your weak side to think bilaterally, it's not going to happen by itself. You just can't swing two swords and think, oh, I'm learning to be bilateral. It don't work that way. You got to intentionally want to be bilateral.
And intentionally, you have to teach yourself to alternate soft, hard, as you fight. Like,
yes.
I'm hard here,
and it has to be unconscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how quick I get locked? Because you can't figure it out.
Yep.
And the seamless transitions.
Yep. Oh. Damn it.
So, and I'm able to be that way with my right hand. It doesn't matter how you try to fight it. It is the same result.
Oh, man. All right.
So when you decouple from the mind, decouple from the joints, is the highest level of the internal arts. When I talk about internal Wing Chun, we got to take it back to the beginning with Ip Man and Chu Shang Ting. It's my opinion that Chu Shang Ting didn't understand the internal engine. So obviously Ip Man didn't give it to him, and it stated in facts that Ip Man just told him to just do the Sunim Tao without force. That, with some common sense, that's not technically telling him what the internal engine is. And I'm gonna just blatantly say it out. It's decoupling the hemispheres and decoupling the joints. So when Chu Shang Ting spent all them decades trying to figure out the internal engine, because Ip Man didn't give it to him, when we talk about decoupling joints, we're isolating the joints to be able to collapse. So when he isolate these joints here, see it isolate, it's not moving his body. He has to be able to consciously control that while this hand may be doing otherwise. You the other hand? See, this hand may be locked, but this hand has to be loose. That's decoupling the joints. When you try to say it that, oh, we're using all the gears at the same time, that doesn't make sense. Because if you're using all the joints at the same time, you are co-contracted. That's not what we want. We want to be able to isolate each joint specifically to be able to manipulate. So there is backward movement in Wing Chun, even if you're moving forward. Like per se, if he put his fist out, I can move forward and still operate these joints going backward. Joints are decoupled. So when you're doing this, being able to have that decoupling, you're able to manipulate this 3D space here. So another way, you're folding in, decoupling, manipulating. See, I'm able to then manipulate his balance by manipulating my joints. He push in on me, push in. See how that made him fall into me because I absorbed his energy and then I can push him right out. So without that, you don't have the internal engine. Because if all you're doing is pushing forward, then you're not collapsing, and that's the basic spitting, absorbing. Your hand's supposed to be fluid. See, a big part of having softness and skills and being able to state shift from hard to soft, your hands need to be able to change in the moment to do different things. So you see the articulation in my hands and fingers? So my hands are changing. So he can't keep up with it. So for him, he's dealing with two strong, independent hands. So you're dealing with somebody that got monkey strength in both hands. That shit hard to deal with, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so survival mode Wing Chun is that one beat that everybody do. You punch, one beat. Mm-hmm. Punch, one beat. That's survival Wing Chun. Mm-hmm. But because they got the survival mode, you had to back into practice mode, mm-hmm. skill mode, where 3 beats come in. Punch. Your body is trained for this. Mm-hmm. So scientifically, let me break this down. In the reflex cascade, your body moves in 3s. Mm-hmm. So just say a fly buzz in your face is 1, 2, 3. Mm-hmm. It's always that way. So the technique are built off of that 3-beat formula.
Yeah, we always do that. Like, and it's sweet.
Yes, because let me break it down.
You never miss.
The first one is pure reflex. Mm-hmm. The second one is overcorrection, mm-hmm. and the third one you're trying to get it right. So it's mm-hmm. or watch, mm-hmm. we do that, or we So all the techniques in Wing Chun are reflexes. So when you add back the skill-based part, the 3-beat matrix, which is block, check, counter, punch, block, check, counter, mm-hmm. or punch high, straight punch, straight at me, brush, grab, strike. Mm-hmm. You have to have that within the 3-beat matrix, so then when you take it apart, you can do what you want with it. You can be in the 1-beat matrix or the 3-beat matrix, which gives you access to all the other joint locks. Mm-hmm. See, this is why you need the 3-beat matrix. The second beat is important. Put your fist out. So on the 1 beat, you tensile, you punch, you strike or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's 1 beat, but that don't give you access to all the other joint locks. Mm-hmm. The second beat, so say block, check. This is what allows me to have access to these chopper joint locks. Brush, grab, strike, punch high. This grab is the pulling hand to pull him off balance So you need that, and it gives you more options to get into overhooks, underhooks, leverage positions, joint locks, to stay in the fight, to be able to switch, to go into other joint locks, to be able to change to this side. He keep fighting with the other arm to be able to switch. This is why it's important to be bilateral. Because these guys, they don't.
Content, important content. This is the best content.
Look, man, you even got the charlatans. I don't say no names. They even tell you themselves, oh, well, I understand the 6 levels, but I don't understand 2 of them. But they're the gatekeeper. How you the gatekeeper selling courses, but you can't even do the full thing? You can't do Shen. Shen is the spirit. Let me break that down for you. The spirit that you have when you practice a technique enough and you've mastered it, you're not thinking about it no more. You have it internal. So now when you do it, you go in fierce and ferocious because you know exactly what you're doing. That is Shen. You're overconfident about how you handle the techniques because it's within you. The other part is Shu. They say they don't know what that is. Shu is the emptiness of the mind that Miyamoto Musashi speaks of. So let me break that down for you scientifically. Shu is, to me, when I empty my mind, I'm letting my nervous system, my subconscious, take the first action because I don't know what he's going to do. Only thing I could do is cover my center lines, my vector control, and to just be aware, but have no intentions on doing anything about what he's going to do. I let my subconscious, which is smarter than I could ever be, take the first action. Because if he fire a punch over here, I don't know. My subconscious take the action, I get the control when I touch. Then I go into conscious control. That is Shu, emptying the mind. What else can I break down? Okay, you got the charlatans who call themselves grandmasters and they can't even do half of this stuff. You got some that'll tell you, oh, just get to the blind side. Okay, you get to the blind side, and then what? It don't make sense. Doesn't mean it's gonna be safety because I can punch, I can get to the blind side, I can hit him, but what if that don't knock him out and he keep fighting?
Well,
No, hold on. Then what? You have to know how to keep fighting and stay in the flow, whether you're on the blind side, inside, know how to deal with this and fight here and switch and stay in the flow. Just learning to get to the blind side will get you nowhere. And then you got these other characters.
Might get you knocked out.
Yeah, it's gonna get you knocked out.
To my blind side, I'm just not good.
Yeah, because you go to the blind side and then what you thought don't work, I keep fighting. All you know is to get to the blind side. If you don't know how to get everywhere, you set yourself up for failure. See, you got these other guys. All they talk about is, oh, I gotta bum rush you. That's survival Wing Chun. Because you don't have the skill to stand in front of a person and just have skill. They don't have skill, so they gotta overwhelm you. That's survival mode Wing Chun. Survival mode Wing Chun is being in one beat, in a one beat world.
Compared to everything that you see is just
Because all the
what
other,
you see is about nuggets. We give you nuggets.
but they've been gatekeeping so long that they even forgot what the purpose of the first principles are. So if these older guys that are hiding the secrets, if they pass along what are we left with? Because they're gonna die with the little pieces they have, and then they don't have it all, so then we left with nothing, trying to figure it out again. So that's what I'm here for, to make sure that these higher level stuff that they try to gatekeep is not hidden, and help you go on a straighter path and not be lost in the wilderness for years. So you watch this channel, I'm gonna help you get there much quicker. So you might as well hit that subscribe button, or you can go hang out with the Silk Pajama Club. Relax. Come on, Jamie. Give me two hot. See, the looser I am. Punch. See how I never lose contact? Once you make contact, never lose it. So without grabbing, as far as, stand, know how to maneuver. See, I never lose any contact. So that, it makes it where I don't have to, I can control you with each hand without my second hand. So that's dual control. So do two different things at the exact same time. 100 fingers over here, wrist lock over here. See, another misconception within the Wing Chun landscape, everybody is single core thinking, or they're very punch centric. If you can't show your internal skills without punching somebody, you really don't have them yet. Give me two punches. See, I could defend myself without actually having to punch him, because I'm control first from a chin-nod joint locking standpoint. If I can control you, I can hit you when I want to. But if I'm hunting for punches all the time, we're gambling. Now I'm open to get hit, because all I'm thinking about is just punching when he's over here controlling. So you have to, it's about the control first. Control first. Yes. At the point of contact. Every time you hear about internal Wing Chun, there is no punches thrown, there's no interception thrown. Where is the skill in fighting? Like, you throw a punch at me, I can demonstrate the skill. Punch. Yeah, they demonstrate the skill. They want to just show you that they know how to use pung. But, I mean, that's intermediate stuff. Do it through fighting. You know, see what your hands can do, where your skills are. There's a lot more to internal Wing Chun than just the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. It's a lot way more complicated. You got to have bilateral intelligence. Your joints got to be decoupled. This is how you get to the higher levels of the skill. Being able to change because they can't keep up. There's so much going on that you have a person buffering.
Yeah.
When you got just this, that's everybody used to that because it's a single string. When I got two hands coming at you doing two different things, this is when the mind goes, it buffers because it can't keep up with what's happening.
That's an adjustment there.
Punching is easy. Everybody can punch. What else you got? Can you show me your skills without having to punch somebody? See the 3-beat matrix, how it bap, 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 bap. You had to under block check counter,
Yeah.
bap, 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 bap. Cause then your hands start. Yes. That right there. I want to talk a little bit more about how I use my sticky hand. We all know that when we use a sticky hand, well, I don't know if everybody know, but we pressure sensitivity, we stick, we adhere, we make them stick to us. But also what I also do, not only am I sticky, I'm using the 3-beat matrix. So I'm using also tappy within my sticking. So see how I tap my way through with brush, grab, strike, and fire, hemispherically switching, also with the sticking. See, on one hand I'm sticking Wing Chun, and another hand I'm tappy. So I'm doing sticky tappy. Another thing that I do within my Wing Chun that's different from mostly everybody else, from an analogy standpoint, I use my Wing Chun on the porch. So we have gates, right? Hand is the first gate, elbow the second gate, shoulder, body is the third gate. Everybody else in Wing Chun, they go here into what I call the living room. You bypass the porch. You don't have to fight in here first. Go through the gates. So back out of here, back to the hands. Because I can control more from the hands than I can in here. Because in here, you're in survival mode, you know. You don't have a lot of options because he punched, and this is 1 beat, which is survival mode. But when you're trying to build skill, you want to have a lot more options in 3-beat mode. So when he punched, block, check, counter, it gives me a lot more options than just trying to have the 1 beat punch and strike. or block and strike. You have more options with that second beat. Punch. See here, underhooks, overhooks, wrist locks, finger locks. You have a lot more options with your hands at the wrist area. So I fight on the porch from the get-go. As soon as we start touching, I get control. See, I got finger locks. This turns into one-handed thumb locks. So just going back to how I use the porch, I'm gonna just demonstrate a little bit how effective it is to fight out at the hands and not having to hurry up and run in there. You wanna have more skill out here. So as he gives punches, see, I can capture joint locks, punch. You're too tight with your hands. So you gotta have that softness in your hands too. See how you feel how you want to have that softness, like you touching a little baby, because that allows you to then make these changes.
Ouch. Yeah, amen.
The reason for that, they modified Wing Chun. So if you heard the story of Wah Shun, he was a big Asian kid. He was bigger than everybody else. So they modified Wing Chun to fit him to just bully his way in. But if we just use some common sense and think about it, most Asians are small, so that's little man's Wing Chun. There's different versions of Wing Chun, but because they held it so long and held the secret so long, gatekeeping, everybody thinks that that is the way, that is the only way to do Wing Chun. You have big man Wing Chun. So by doing that, by focusing in on bum rushing and bullying people, you kind of passed up the most important skills is in the hands. The hands is how I tap in and hack in and feel touch sensitivity, being able to pull you off balance. That's through the hands. So most people Wing Chun is they in the wrist action and they have dead hands. The only thing they use their hands for is punching and maybe a palm push. There's so much more you can do with your hand. You can twist, you can joint locks, you can pull, you can push to keep people off balance for kinetic debt. If you want your Wing Chun to make sense, start here. Then build your bilateral intelligence.